If you're a fanboy or an anime addict or even a gaming geek, you'll know that Christchurch is the only place to be this weekend.
Know what it is, do you? Anime.
No, see?
Japanese anime.
Right.
You know the Japanese cartoons, the big eyes, and the guns, and things that turn into octopuses.
You're clearly a fan.
Well, not really. Yep, the country's... not of anime. I love sci-fi, though. The country's nerdiest fans are jumping in their Tardises, or at least their homemade fridge boxes painted blue like a Tardis, and heading to the annual Armageddon Expo.
Hero star James Kyson Lee and former Doctor Who Paul McGann are just two of the big names on offer, and they join us now from the Garden City. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
First time to New Zealand, James?
It is my first time. Excited to be here. Got to jump off the Sky Tower in Auckland. That was a lot of fun.
Now, Paul, you've been here before. You filmed a TV show here for the BBC. Did you realise when you first did Doctor Who, though, that this would become the thing where you're going to go to these fan conventions?
I had an inkling, but merely an inkling. In reality, it's been fantastic. You get to see the world, and every now and again we get together like we are this weekend and next weekend.
Paul, I read somewhere that once you said that you hadn't originally been really much of a sci-fi fan. I'm guessing that's
I wasn't,
changed.
not as a kid. I certainly wasn't a Doctor Who fan as a kid. It's changed now. You know, but when I was a kid, there were 2 channels, 3 channels, and you know, I must have been watching the other channel. It was only when I became Doctor Who that
you took
the
an
football
interest.
channel. Exactly. But after becoming Doctor Who, yeah. Now I understand.
James, obviously star of Heroes, hugely popular show over here in New Zealand. We're only up we're not up to series 5 yet. I think we're only up to part 2 of series. I don't know. It's so difficult.
We're
with the
behind
show.
anyway.
Well, you're on volume 4, I believe, that just started a couple of weeks ago. It's called Redemption.
That's right. That's right. Can you give us any clues as to what's going to? Can you let us know what's going to happen? Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Are you under contract still, or can you reveal some secrets?
A lot going on in this volume. We have a sort of a new villain, and he's a special agent who has become a bounty hunter for people with special abilities, including myself. So this season, you saw a preview of Andal's power in last volume. You sort of learn how he's evolved and developed that power. Also, him and Hero have a pretty big part in trying to save other heroes from this government program.
Because your power at the moment, where we're up to with the show, your power's a bit pathetic. You're right, you've got a motorbike and you can create a small amount of electricity.
Well, Andal Cycle was a nice new toy to get on the show, and you know, when he had to inject himself with the formula, supercharging was part of the side effect. But if you remember the first episode of last volume, when he blasted away Hero in the future, that's sort of his new power, the Electro Blast. So you sort of learn in this volume how that gets to take place.
Guys, I guess you're used to being looked at and spotted in the street and fans coming up to you, but when you go to these types of conventions, you know, how weird are the requests from fans? What do they get you to do?
Actually, initially it's weird, but generally people are just happy to see you.
They just want to touch you?
Yeah, I mean, a show like ours is a very strong fan-driven show, so, you know, coming down here and meeting them in person, you know, to me it's a way of giving back, and really I'm excited to, you know, talk to them and answer some questions, and, you know, we have a very exciting, you know, event planned here in Christchurch and also in Wellington.
But, you know, some of them I detect are a little disappointed. But to see you to see you in civvies. You know, sometimes you can see it happening.
Do they want you to kind of be dressed up as the character?
They want you. Well, don't they say, you know, never meet your heroes? I mean, there's probably a grain of truth in that. So some aren't, some aren't.
We're asking you to display your power.
Yeah, always a disappointment.
All the time.
All right, Paul McGann and James Kyson Lee.
Just quickly, before we go, James, we've always, me and my friends have always had this great joke about heroes, how for all of the guys like you that have amazing powers, there must have been a whole bunch of people who just had really lame powers. Who could, you know, there must be people with quite sort of, you know, who could teleport an inch forwards or turn water into Coke.
It's a start.
Well, you mean some of the powers that didn't make it on the show?
Yeah. So are we going to see any of those?
Well, we always talk about this on set, but you know, we had an idea for a guy who sort of throws out cheese out of thin air, kind of like Spider-Man, but like mozzarella, you know, whatnot. And that's a character that didn't make it on the show.
Funny enough.
Excellent. If you're lucky, thank you very much for coming on the show, guys.
If you
Paul
would like to
McGann,
meet them.
James Kyson Lee.
They're going to be at the Armageddon in Christchurch this weekend, the Garden City.
And let's